Live in Western Oregon, this is NBC 16 News at 5:30.
Hotels and motels in Lane County could face the prospect of getting fined if they refuse government payments to turn their rooms into COVID-19 respite areas for the unhoused population. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Mazer. Now, the idea is in the form of an ordinance before the Board of Commissioners that's headed for a public hearing next month. Hotel motel owners and managers are not exactly happy about their possible fate. Tom Adams joins us live tonight with the breakdown. Tom.
Well, Jacqueline, Lane County commissioners say there is a big need for hotel motel rooms to shelter unhoused people who have tested positive for COVID-19 or they're waiting for their test results. Hotel operators say okay, but legislatively forcing them into a corner, they say, is not the solution either. Commissioners voted 4-1 to pass the first reading of the ordinance. Hotel and motel managers in Lane County would have to accept county vouchers or payments to shelter unhoused people subject to quarantine due to COVID-19. This despite the county's recent move to buy the old VA clinic building in North Eugene for the same purpose.
There is a time between right now and when River Avenue will be up and running that we have to consider. So those several weeks are important, and if we do get a case, we need a place for those individuals. For local hotel owner Tina Patel, she says this ordinance is a bad idea and it will cripple business.
Our occupancy has dropped so much because people are already scared to come to the hotel, and they're calling and making sure that we do not have anybody with the COVID-19.
The board wants to update the county code to read, no proprietor of a business providing transient lodging may refuse to accept government payment of a reasonable rate for transient lodging, close quote. County lawyers say this can be enforced under its public health authority jurisdiction. And yes, there is a $1,000 fine, I believe, for noncompliance from a hotel, and noncompliance would look like not accepting the voucher from the county. Patel replies these fines would be unacceptable and that her hotel staff has made it clear.
They say they will quit if this is what will come to it, because they do not want to work in an environment where there is the COVID-19 guests are in a hotel.
It all comes to a head on May 5th with a public hearing and possible final Lane County vote. Remodeling work is getting underway this week at the former VA clinic site on River Avenue, and county officials say it won't be ready for COVID-19 homeless guests for several more weeks. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Tom. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Well, the Douglas County Board of Commissioners has drafted a letter to Governor Kate Brown about a regional soft opening of Oregon. The letter outlines a proposal for counties in southwestern Oregon to reopen the economy. Commissioner Chris Boyce says they feel they've been ahead of the curve and are adequately prepared to reopen some businesses.
We've done a lot of early prep. We've worked hard to flatten the curve. We have medical PPE inventories done. We have contingency plans. We have hospital beds, all the things that are necessary to consider a regional reopening of the economy.
The letter has been sent to the commissioners in Coos, Curry, Jackson, and Josephine counties in hopes they will sign on with Douglas County. The letter with the signatures will be sent on Friday. Now take a look at this color-coded map from the University of Washington. It shows that many states will have to wait longer to safely reopen. The yellow, including Oregon and Washington, are states that could potentially relax distancing as soon as May 25th. And take a look at these states in tan throughout the Midwest and parts of the South. Researchers say these 12 states will have to wait until at least June 8th or later to consider relaxing social distancing measures. At that point, the model assumes states will have other measures in place, such as aggressive testing, contact tracing, and isolation to prevent a resurgence. The IHME does warn it uses a conservative threshold to predict this timeline. Well, taking a look now at coronavirus numbers, Oregon has 2,059 cases with 78 deaths. Oregon Health Authority announcing 57 new coronavirus cases and no deaths. Washington, Multnomah, and Marion counties alone have more than 1,300 cases. In our region, Benton County has 27 cases and 5 deaths. Lynn County added a case and has 63 cases and 6 deaths. Here in Lane County, we remain at 48 cases and 1 suspected death. Deschutes County added 2 cases and still has the most cases in our region with 66. Douglas County has 23 cases. Coos County added another case, a 3rd inmate at the Shutter Creek Correctional Institution who tested positive. For the second day in a row, Lane County has no new coronavirus cases reported. Lane County public health officials say this means we're flattening the curve right now, but there is still concern going forward since coronavirus will likely still be in our community. Officials still want people to take safety precautions. Locally, there has also been a decrease in calls to the Lane County non-emergency coronavirus call center, which is cutting back on hours.
That'll offer a little bit of reprieve for our call center folks who have been doing such a good job answering, in the past hundreds of calls per day, and now as that slows down, allowing them to have a much needed break.
Beginning Saturday, the new call center hours will be from 8 to 5, Monday to Saturday. If call volumes increase, those hours could change yet again. Now we have the the call center number on your screen there. It's 541-682-1380. Well, moving on to a first look at weather, NBC 16's Heather Melendez joins us now. Hey, Heather, a little
gloomy.
Can't get the words out with the call center number. I'm so used to saying cell phones.
It's all right, Jacqueline. I also had whiplash today when I walked out. Yesterday was dry, and I'm like, what in the world? But today we did manage to see some moisture. Temperatures are in the 60s out in Roseburg, and we're still seeing that cold front moving on eastward, giving us some gusty winds. But right now, we are still accumulating some rain. So out in Eugene, we are seeing at least 6/10 of rain. We're also seeing half an inch in Newport, and really the coast just staying calm. Managing to see 3/10 of an inch today, but as I mentioned, that cold front is just moving on eastward, so we are seeing some gusty winds right now as we speak. But heading out into tonight, we'll have a warmer night, seeing some 50s for those out in Roseburg with all that cloud coverage, just really blanketing in all those daytime highs. We'll manage to see some partly cloudy skies for tomorrow, seeing a chance of some sunshine and even some showers, but I'll let you know how much moisture will linger and how long it'll stay here in my full weather forecast. Jacqueline?
All right, Heather, thank you. Well, Eugene Police is asking the public for help in locating a woman who vandalized a car in Eugene last Tuesday morning. Police say surveillance cameras show a woman pouring something on a car, causing paint damage. Police describe the suspect as a white female with a medium build. The woman was seen wearing a dark hooded, lightweight jacket with the hood up, a bandana over her face, gloves, dark leggings, and ankle-high boots with fur at the top. Anyone with information is asked to contact Eugene Police. An Albany man was arrested for sexually engaging with a 15-year-old girl online. Benton County detectives used an undercover account posing as a teenage girl. 35-year-old Roland Harvey Myers sent multiple messages to the account, even after being told she was a minor. Myers faces charges of luring a minor and online sexual corruption of a child. Tree sitters set up camp at a property along the Willamette River near Maury Jacobs Park, taking a stand against the building of market-rate apartments on the land. The land was formerly owned by Homes for Goods, but was put on the market and bought by Seattle developer Evergreen Housing Development Group a few years ago. Community members joining the protest say their goal is for the community and the city to buy the land back. Evergreen's executive real estate director, Andrew Brand, says more available housing will put pressure on the existing affordable housing stock. Regardless, protesters say if apartments are going to be built, they want them to be affordable for the community.
We see a bigger vision for this land. We want to have greenway protections for the 3.5 acres, and we also want to work in collaboration with the city, the county, and other local housing agencies to provide affordable housing for those in need.
Eugene city leaders say building permits for the project are currently under review. Well, a local nonprofit is celebrating 133 years of serving the Eugene community. The Eugene Family YMCA first opened its doors on April 22nd of 1887. Since then, hundreds of Eugene families have enjoyed their services. Well, this morning, the nonprofit marked their 100-plus years by giving back to the community, delivering cookies to the Eugene Police Department, Peace Health Hospital, and fire officials in the area.
We're inspired to see the community rallying around so many different organizations right now because they understand that the health of our community is really about coming together and ensuring that we're stronger coming out of this.
The Eugene YMCA has been providing child care services for children of first responders and essential workers during these uncertain times. Their child care program has the capacity to serve more than 280 children.
And at our heart, we will always evolve to meet our community's needs. Today, the Y provides services associated with